I just had the most powerful meditation, I think, of my entire life. And I want to share this information with you. And yeah, again, I just trust that whatever souls are ready for this and compatible with this frequency will be here right now. So if it resonates, stay with me. And this was, yeah, it's incredible. Okay, so a few months ago in my meditations, well, first, I'm here traveling Europe solo, and I had my first spiritual awakening in 2014 or 15, and then I kind of went in the whole aftermath that everybody kind of goes through after a spiritual awakening, from what I understand, where you try to integrate it with your life. So it took about 10 years to like fully accept what I had experienced at that time. And when I was living in California before coming here, I had a good life and a good circle of friends and everything, but I just knew that there was a part of me that I needed to integrate in my physical reality, and I needed to reconnect with the truth of who I am and really bring that forward into the world. And so then I started this YouTube channel, and within the last month just started posting every single day, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna speak the messages that come through. And so since I've been here, I've been really making time and space, because I have a lot of time and space now, to, Arlo, hey, no more. I'll have to buy a cone for you. He just keeps licking his paw. No. Okay, sorry, I had mother duties. I've been making space here to meditate every day and to connect with my angels and guides and whatever other beings of the highest truth that come through. And I shared before on here the whole story of the Wizard of Oz and how it's been like really integrating with my life, and even the book that I'm reading, it like started talking about the Wizard of Oz. And so it's fascinating to see all of it come together, right? And how real this is, like when you're able to get clear and connect with your higher self and your divine team of the highest truth, like it's all real. And we've been so conditioned to not believe how real it is. And so a few months ago when I got here, I started seeing this, like, first I saw one of my guides put like a star in my third eye. It was like a blue star, and she activated it, and she's like, your life is going to change. Your physical reality is going to change a lot now, but it's all fun and beautiful and exciting. And then I started to see that there was one in my heart as well. And when I started, my mom is a spiritual healer and has had like incredible results throughout her time of being a spiritual healer on this earth. And so I have that gift of being able to share all this with her, and also now with you all on the internet and finding my community around the world as well. But it's been really nice to have someone validate that this isn't all crazy, because her and her spiritual friend who are working together were shown the same thing, that they have this star in their third eye and in their heart. And then last night, as I'm working with my mom, doing like some healing and stuff, because I still have like a sinus problem that I've had for like 7 or 8 years, when I started getting chronically ill from mold and Lyme disease and whatever, the spiritual connection of it. So everything has gotten pretty good except for this histamine stuff that I have, where my histamines are out of control and the sinuses are always pressurized. So I was like, can we work on healing this? And so then when we're in it, she's like, okay, bring forward your guides and like see what they tell you. And like I had just been talking with one of my guides when I was in the bathtub, and I've also, that's a whole other thing, I've been like so like addicted to taking a bath every single night, because water is like such a conduit and can be such an assistance to us getting really clear and connected. And so I do that every night, and that really has been helping with this whole spiritual awakening round 2 or whatever that I'm going through. But she was showing me, she like kept like crossing an X on the places where the stars are. And then when we're talking, when I'm with my mom, my guide and I, my mom is really good at holding that frequency in the space, so that like psychics, when they work with her, a lot of messages come through way more clear, because when you're practicing your psychic abilities, which we all have, like they will come through if you get clear with it, but sometimes it's more clear. Sometimes you're like, what did you say? You know? And so when I work with her and when other people work with her, it's like, it's nice because it's much more clear. And so, I was speaking with my guide. I was like, what is it? And she kept doing the X's on the stars. And then she's like, you need to activate them. Like, just focus on activating them. And so we did that with my mom's assistance. And then she's like, you need to start meditating on them. Like when you meditate, because for the past few months, as I meditate, I've been breathing in authenticity, or breathing in truth, breathing out authenticity. Like those are my words to help me stay in mindful meditation. She's like, now start focusing on the stars. And then as before we like came out of it with my mom, and I started talking with my mom again and she stopped channeling the energy, I was shown that there's one also in like my root chakra area, a star. And so I saw it, but I like didn't even bring it up to my mom because it was just like a quick thing. And sometimes it's hard sometimes to merge the two worlds, to like bring what you see in your meditations and in your psychic stuff into words and into this physical reality, if that makes sense. And so no more. I'm gonna makeshift you a cone. No more. No. And so then before my mom and I finished the call, she's like, did you happen to see a third star? And I was like, yes. And my mom's gift isn't really like her psychic abilities. So I was like, oh, wow. And when she was working with another spiritual friend of hers who's like very clear on seeing things, and can kind of be my mom's eyes as they're doing work, she saw, because my mom was just in a hit and run accident. She was on her bike, a lady hit her and drove off, and my mom broke her back. And so she's working on healing that. And so her friend who was working with her the other day was seeing that there were 3 stars, one in like the gut area, the heart, and then the third eye, right? And that they were doing like a figure 8 thing, the energy, and it was clearing all self-doubt. And that was really important for my mom and her healing from the accident, but also for her healing, her ability to do her energy and healing work here on earth, because the accident definitely and always happened for her and is assisting her in her work that she's going to bring forward next. And so I was like, wow, yeah, I did actually see one in my root chakra. And so this morning, as I'm doing my meditation, I'm focusing on the stars, like I was told, and I'm focusing on the figure 8 infinity between the 3 of them, through like the root area, I saw it in the root, our friend Krista saw it in the gut, but same thing, that region, and then the heart, and then the third eye area. And so I was doing that. And then always after my mindful meditation, I go into talking with my angels and guides. So I connect down to the root of the earth, up to the one infinite creator, the truth of who I am, the highest dimension, and I bring that frequency down through my heart. I expand out everywhere. My mom taught me this. And then I call forward my divine team of the highest truth and ask anybody who has messages for me. And Arla's about to just have a moment and get zoomies or something. I can feel it. Come up here. You want to come up here? Say hi. Oh, you're such a good boy. Sit. And so then they were showing me and assisting me in seeing this part that was like the most powerful meditation that I've had, because it was just such an experience. So when we came to Earth, at least for me, and I think that this is a big thing for everybody, and my question in this meditation was, how do I heal my body? Like, how do I finish healing my physical body? And then I was being shown that you came into this earth and you forgot how your mind and your soul and your body are connected. They all were on their own And so I had this experience of feeling so much compassion for my mind. First, we start with the mind, or I did. And like, wow, no wonder it was so lost and like so scared and felt the need to go so unconscious with partying and with looking for self-worth in external places, and for, you know, feeling so lost because it was not connected with the trio. And then for my soul, like, wow, I feel so, you know, compassionate for, relax, for my soul, because it has been so ignored. It has not been part of a trio that can allow it to be in full expression in this physical reality on earth. And then for my body to be so alone, to be sending out all the messages, you know, the symptoms, and trying to be heard, but feeling so unsafe because of all the situations that it was put in where it was unsafe because I was unconscious. And so then I saw that the mind is where the first star is, right? In the third eye area. And then the second star is here in the heart area, where I don't know why they're stars. That's just what we've all been shown. But the heart area, you know, where the soul is in your heart space. And then the root area where we're connected with earth, our physical bodies. And so then I started seeing how the mind is the masculine, the soul is the feminine, and then the body is like the child, right? It's the creation of the two together, and it's the child. And when I was talking to my body, it was like the mother, father, and child. And when I was talking to my body, I was like, wow, you know, you feel like an abandoned child. Like, it feels like you were betrayed and left to survive on your own. No wonder, like, you have been having these symptoms. And so then I did like a divine union. And it was really beautiful to see first my mind and my soul come together in this new divine union, where the mind is no longer overpowering the soul, which can happen a lot in a masculine feminine relationship. And because now the mind sees how powerful the soul is and can respect the soul, she's not going to be as doing and outward as the mind. That's not her gift. But together they make such a powerful couple, and they can create anything together. I've been talking about that a lot from the book Transurfing. The way to create from and choose from the infinite possibilities and realities within the quantum field is to have your mind and your soul come into agreement. And that's how we create a life of true alignment and fulfillment, is when we choose from that space rather than just what our conditioning of our mind on its own chooses so often. And so we break free when we divinely unite the two, the soul and the mind. And now as well, I'm realizing the body. It's not just about the mind and the soul, because we have our physical body here on earth. And so when we can unite the three of us all together, it's like that's where this beautiful existence now is on earth. And so when I did that, and I started seeing us all actually merge together, which is funny because years ago I got this tattoo, which is the Trinity knot, which I've known for me, there's different meanings, to be mind, body, soul. But I never truly understood mind, body, soul until this morning. And I just had to, like, before I put my phone off of airplane mode, I had to just get the camera out. And even though I like just woke up a few hours ago, I was like, I have to get this message out. Like, if it's resonating, let me know, because so I did this, united everything within the meditation, and felt it. Like, you actually have to just feel it. It's not like, okay, I unite. It's like the mind, be in the mind, and turn towards your soul and say, wow, you are so all-knowing. You are so intuitive, right? That's the feminine. And I choose to trust you. Like, how beautiful is that when the masculine trusts the feminine and respects it as its equal? And to the soul now looking at the mind, like, thank you for protecting me in this life and for giving me a voice and for being the leader, you know, and choosing, because the mind is the only one that can use the free will. The mind is what chooses, but the soul is what knows, right? And so feeling that connection then when they come together as equals, and then feeling how it feels as equals to turn to the body and say, we choose you. We choose you. We listen to you. We see that you are like also equal to us, and that we are here no matter what to listen to you. And like, we respect that you have all this knowledge here on earth. Like, you are part of the earth, and we respect you enough as well to understand that like every message that you give us is something to be listened to, and that all the signs like of maybe it's like anxiety or something, like that's you telling us like, no, this situation isn't for me or whatever. And so we will all together come together and be one happy powerhouse of a family. Like, oh my gosh. And so as I realized that, then in my meditation, it was like my body went to cement. And I was kind of like, oh my God, am I ever going to come back? And so in that, I don't know exactly why that happened, but I was kind of turning towards like my divine team, my angels and guides. I was like, what is going on? And so then they were like, you have to choose to let go. Like, this is everything that you've been holding on to because you've felt so separated, right? All this weight, you're now seeing it from this place of truth. And so then I was able to choose to let go of all of it and to no longer need it, right? And then as I like started feeling lighter and lighter and lighter, I turned to my divine team. I was like, okay, who's next? Like, who has a message? And one of my guides came forward who, it's like his job has been to open doors for me, is what I've been shown. And it's just been my job to walk through them. And so we were kind of sitting there and he's like, well, here's your door. And what do you want in this door? You can have anything that you want now with this divine union of the three. And what do you want in it? And so then I chose what I want, you know, health, happiness, abundance, freedom, connection, community. And he's like, you can have all that. Get specific. What exactly do you want from this place of connection? Because you are connected now. Like, you know what you all want as one. And so then I started getting more clear, and I designed it and I felt it, you know, I got into that space and we walked through the door and we closed the door behind us. And when we sat in this new frequency, we even in my mind's eye and in this meditation, like we kind of like laid down in the grass together, my guide and I, and just enjoyed the new frequency of it. And then I could see from that place as well, my physical reality, this timeline, this perceived reality, that frequency that we were laying in after we walked through the door, it was just like a bunch of white light with like grass, and it was like very beautiful. That frequency was now merging into this timeline, and I could see it like across the world and all of my, you know, connections and everything that was happening, all the momentum that was happening in my life now changing because this new frequency that I chose with this divine union of the three was merging and redirecting and changing momentum. And so if you're still here and if this is resonating and making sense, I would maybe suggest going into meditation and finding those 3 stars first and trying to feel them or see them or sense them. When I first walked through the door with my guide, he's like, okay, find your stars and make sure they're all connected. And the root one was not the body. And I was like, why is it dull? Like, I couldn't see the light on in it. And he was like, you have to let go of all blocks, all limiting beliefs, anything preventing it from being activated right now. And so I chose Like you have the ability to choose. Like that just kept repeating throughout this is choose, choose, and then we move forward, and choose, and then we move forward, right? And so I chose clear the blocks, clear the limiting beliefs, clear anything preventing this star from being activated. So if you see that one of your stars is like there, but it's dull and gray and not lit up or whatever, just choose for it to be cleared and everything to be removed, preventing it from being cleared and activated. And so when you get there in your meditation, just kind of focus on the infinity going through all of them. I was also guided like, okay, I'd be seeing that, and then I would just focus on the heart one, and I would still be able to see like in peripheral vision, like seeing the heart, but seeing the energy going through, or just like seeing all three lit up. Like experiment with it. And then when you feel that they're all activated, choose the timeline that you want, choose the door that you want to walk through, right? And then walk through it, and then see yourself in it. Close the door behind you. I even dropped the key. My guide handed me the key. He's like, what do you want to do with it for that door that you just walked through? I was like, I want to drop it into infinity. I want it to be gone because I choose this new timeline. And I know that it's real, and I know I never have to go back to where I felt so alone in my mind, or my soul felt so isolated, or my body felt so abandoned, you know. That's over, and that all taught me how I can have this gift of uniting the three. So there you go. Try it out. Let me know what happens in your meditation and your experience like that. I'd be so curious. I'm so grateful to not just have my mom and her friends anymore to talk to about this, but to also have you all over the world. And so that's my purpose and my mission right now, is to connect these kinds of messages with people like you throughout the world. So we will see you in the next video. Thank you, Arlo, for being so patient. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. That would be great. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.